Hi, my name is Ashley Paredes, and I'm doing this video for my ISM class 3011 at USF for spring 2019. So I'm here today to talk about my Tableau project and to talk about my information and everything regarding that. So first thing I did was import the data and create a profit margin. Once I did that, I created a sheet with the information laying out all the context, all the products that are being used. I decided to choose the regions to see where each product focuses itself on each coast, and then from there pick one of the outliers. So before I did that, I did sheet 2. Sheet 2 is very similar to sheet 1. The only difference, real difference, is that I input a color so it's easier for the viewer to see how the numbers fluctuate. I included sum and profit, which is the colors you see right here, and that would be the only difference between sheet 1 and sheet 2. So for sheet 3, I did a more in-depth search. So I specifically picked 4 products, and I wanted to see how those 4 products fared on each region and state. Therefore, it is what you see right here. By doing this, it allows me to see what state and coast either like the product a lot, or if there's an outlier. So the darker the blue, the higher it is on the profit bar, and then the darker the red, the lower. So as you can see, a lot of them have been returned to the markets on some regions and states. But that's okay because we only want to know where these 4 products enter the most. So as you can see, California hits a very high outlier compared to the other information. So this is where I base my sheet 4 and my follow information. Everything will be for the West region. So then on sheet 4, I have only the West Coast, and it shows all the states that pertain to that coast for all the years and only the 4 specific products. And here you see a more detailed description of the information in which and what type of coast I'm trying to target and what type of information I'm trying to have you guys look at. So for this sheet 4, I wanted to base my information on California and how these numbers right here for 2017 just increase dramatically. And then following this, I have my map. So this map shows all of my West Coast, and there's 2 things going on here. We have the sales in color, so each color would mean how much of the sales it goes through in your bar. If you just hover over it, it also tells you profit and sales, which is very useful if you don't want to start looking for it in one of the sheets. You can just put your mouse over the state. So not only does the sum sales show in the color, I have my profit showing in numbers right here, including the name of the state, so it's easier also for the viewer to see and understand. Then I have my map 2. So this map 2, I specifically chose the West Coast in order to show you guys in what type of, which coast I wanted to base my information on. And that's what I did. I uploaded a second map just focusing on California, and then I have my dashboard. So my dashboard basically combines all the data that are on my sheets and my maps in order to have the person or whoever is viewing my information to have a better understanding of my data. So once again, only the West Coast of the United States. It covers all the data from 2014 to 2018. And as you can see, I have everything laid out so that instead of scrolling down, you could just see them. And then what's interesting about that, while some don't say the state or don't say the name, if you just click on it, it will show specifically what that state has done for the years and if it entered the market. So all you have to do is click, and it will give you the information for each state and how it fluctuates over time. Then here's my story. So for my story, it shows the sales and profits by year, only for Oregon. The reason why I chose Oregon is because it's one of the most underperforming states, as you can see here. Let's see. So right here, Oregon. So while this number is higher than some, Oregon started at the lowest in 2014, but then it falls off the market, making me choose another state, which is Utah. But before that, these are the 4 products that I chose. Some of them might not appear because they weren't popularized in that year, or they came back. And then we have the underperforming items in the West. So here it shows Oregon as my previous one, but as you go through the years, it doesn't really show any gap. So I just decided to use Utah, and as you go through the years, you start to see how Utah at the beginning of 2014, it's a very low number compared to the others. But as the years go by, for example, in 2015, Utah almost doubled in sales. In 2016, it almost quadrupled. It quadrupled and a bit more. But then after 2017, after that big jump from 708K to 2 million, it has a dramatic drop in 2018 for its sales. And that's what I want to show in this story. So here is Utah profit for over years, 2014 to 2018, and then each year I showed the profit specifically pertaining to that year. So 2014 is how Utah did. 2015, only 2 products were able to enter. 2016, 3. 2017, still 3. And then 2018, it goes back down to 2 products only being able to enter the market. So on each of the slides for the profit in Utah, I included a small comment talking about how some of the products did not enter. So what I believe this state should do in order to make sales better would be only going for GT VIP Expert and Kona Hei Hei Trail. These 2 were the ones that more successfully entered the market. And I would say that it would be best if they just drop the other 2 products and just focus on Kona Hei Hei and GT VIP Expert. And then what I love for Tableau. So what I love for Tableau is that it's very helpful if you want to see how data did, but you can only see how data did in the past. But that's not exactly a bad thing. It's a good thing, because if you see how data did in the past, it can help you make choices to see how data can be in the future, which is why Tableau is very important, and that's one that has made me understand over the time I have been working on this data. I would definitely use it again. It's, like I said, it's very good for understanding the data. Even though one product does not do well, it helps you understand what products did, and you can remarket and re-enter the state with remodel product, or you can remarket back to another state where it is doing good. Take the things that did fall through, that people did like, and just push through with that.